And bring it back to adolescence, because this series has blown up worldwide. It's got incredible numbers of people watching, talking about it, debating. A lot of parents thinking, what should they do if they have a young teenage boy? And I saw it, as I said, with my three sons, the Jonathan Haidt book about cell phones, from 2010, when phones became smartphones, basically young people's brains started scrambling, and they've carried on scrambling ever since. That doesn't help. I think a lot of the issues that young men face are driven by stuff they see on their phone.
I agree. I mean, for this specific instance, my wife and I were waiting to give our children phones until at least 8th grade, right? At least 8th grade. We want to monitor what they're seeing and what they're being filled with, right? Because again, they're subject to search engines. They hear things at school, then they go home, they search it on their phone, they search it in their room, and now they're wide open to this world that they don't need to be a part of because their brains haven't fully formed yet. They're still little. My son's almost 12, right? I got to be very careful of what he puts in his mind. And social media, and for the things that we are doing as adults, yeah, it's pouring into our household and we're doing well with it. But for an adolescent, like these young kids, I'm seeing kids at dinners when we're at restaurant surfing TikTok while their parents are not even paying attention to what they're doing. Like,
and whose fault is
that? That right there is a massive problem. And if we don't, as a society, get a hold of that, then this will never end. There'll be more series like Adolescence that hit even harder because we're witnessing it in our own lives.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew, you seem to be in agreement.
I just want to touch on a point where this guy said he wants to control what's happening in his house. He wants to control what his kids does. Unfortunately, that's not going to work because guess what? The more you try to control your kids, the more they're going to want to know. So just sit down, be an example. They will ask the question and you will answer. But you trying to control them, it shows that you still have the spirit of your mom because she's still controlling you. You're just like your mom. You're going to control them to do what you want when you want it, and they're going to resent you for it. And they're going to end up growing up hating you. Because you can't lead your household properly. I don't know if your woman is giving you this idea because honestly, it seems like your woman run your relationship. Honestly, that's not how a man works. A man would just tell the kids the truth and that's it. Doesn't matter how they're going to feel about it because feeling is irrelevant. Feeling is not good to have. Feelings control you. They manipulate you to do things you don't want to do. Just like Paul said. I understand that it's not me. It's a thing that I've made a home inside of me. Keeps getting me to do the things I don't want to do. And he has the same spirit, being controlled by the spirit of his mom. Check this out. Tell your kids not to touch the hot stove and see if your kid is just gonna go and touch the hot stove because they want to know. Look at this. There's a lot of kids that's traumatized from religion because when they were young, you force it on them. You tell them this. You tell them that. You didn't live an example for them to come and ask you, Dad, why do you do this? You force it onto them. So they end up resenting religion. They end up turning atheists. They turn away because you force things onto them. You should just live an example. And they will come and ask the question. It's that simple.
With some of that.
Yeah, it's poison. There's no doubt. It re-scrambles children's brains, and it's very difficult to monitor. Even if you have parental controls, they can find ways around it. At school, they have peers who will assist them in getting around it. You have to monitor it really well. Smartphone technology for my own kids, it was kind of new. I wish that in retrospect,